Hey guys. Um, so I'm gonna do a sketchbook tour. I tried doing this with my camera, and I realized that my camera's really old, so the quality was actually crappier than if I just used my cell phone. Um, but anyways, I'm lazy and I didn't put a shirt on, so oops. Um, Also, my hair is cut, so this is my Facebook haircut debut, I suppose. Um, I didn't actually do anything to it today, so it's a little crazy and kind of sticking up on the side, but it's fun and I like it. But anyways, let's get to this sketchbook tour. So this is I've wanted to do one of these in a while, um, but I haven't. And anyway, so this is I go through sketchbooks pretty quickly. I go through a couple a year, usually. And so this is one. It's not my current sketchbook, or I have like three current sketchbooks, but so it's not none of those. It's one that I finished a year or so ago. But anyways, it's a moleskin, and it is all done. It's not too long. So anyways, I'll get into it. So here is infamous sketchbook. Yeah, I like using moleskins for my smaller sketchbooks because um, they have some decent paper, and I like black books. I'll just show you. So here's where I put my sketchbooks when I'm done. Anyways, so I like having things, and there's a sketchbook current. Anyways, I like things that are black. They all kind of go together. Anyway, open up said sketchbook, and first page is kind of telling us what the sketchbook's going to be about. So there's going to be a lot of dudes. I actually think there's only one woman in the whole entire sketchbook. Um, Anyways, so with this sketchbook, you'll see I did a good bit of this. Don't look at my dirty nails. Where if I mess up on something or I don't like how something was, I'll take a piece of paper, put it over top, and then I'll redraw it. And the great thing about a sketchbook is it doesn't have to be perfect, and you can kind of retry things. With this book in particular, I did some things where I would cover up a drawing I didn't like with another piece of paper. That's what I did here. And then I went back and I was like, you know what? I don't want to cover up my horrible drawings because even though they're horrible, I can learn from them. So I kind of opened up and taped them in just so they were only taped at the side. So now I can see all the horrible drawings. But anyways, so talking about the drawings. So this, yeah, if you don't like something, fix it. So that was my little thought on life, and then also my thought on this drawing, because I didn't like it at first, and then I kind of did this thing where I redrew it and made everything very geometric. Um, so yeah, so I kind of accentuated all of the lines, made everything super geometric. And I kind of like that it's not really dark on the one side of his face. Yeah, this was, so that was a photo reference. This is from my brain, um, just drawing on some music paper. Yeah, this is a horrible drawing. So what happened here is I think drawings go bad when you try to render something too quickly sometimes. Gestures are good to be quick, but when you start trying to render something, I was trying to do shading here, and the lines are haphazard, and it starts to look like a weird texture, and it doesn't work out at all. Yeah, this is so crappy. Oh well. Drawing, pencil drawing. So there's a lot of these sketches, pencil sketches in here where they're kind of unfinished and they're just pencil sketches. Okay, so this page, I didn't look through here to see the things that I wrote. I hope they're nothing bad. Anyways, so this page has these two guys. I was watching a video and it was talking about what is the story that you're trying to tell. So, in your art. So, talking about how art should say something, if that makes sense. What is this visual saying to the viewer? Um, and I took that and I was like, I should think about that more because a lot of times I'm just, especially in a sketchbook, you're just sketching to practice sketching. But I kind of wanted to play around a little bit more with what I'm actually trying to say. And on this page, it was kind of this, the position of the two figures. One is kind of looking at the other, and it's this whole like longing, pining kind of thing. I also was thinking about um, relationships and miscommunication. And anyway, so those are some of the ideas of these two guys, and they're kind of, one's looking toward the other, but the other one's not, is looking down. Anyway, those were reference photos. This was a drawing from life. It was in Starbucks. These were David Quina. I did a copy of a drawing of his, and then another copy of another artist I like. Photo reference, again, I was doing this geometric thing. Again, here I added a piece of paper and redrew the arm. Yeah, taking things and making them really graphic and geometric, and I don't know, I was just kind of playing around with pen work and hatching. Same reference model, just in pencil. This was a drawing from life at the river. I was at the river, and whenever I go to the river with people, I always bring my sketchbook, and I always use it as an opportunity to draw people because I normally don't have naked people just laying around for me to draw them. So at the river, people are usually mostly naked and, just laying on a rock sunbathing. So perfect time to draw from life. More life drawing. I'm realizing that there's more life drawing than I thought in this book because I do a lot of photo reference. But this was just a guy in Starbucks who I thought was really cute. And he was sitting at the bar on his laptop, and then he was on his cell phone. And I just drew him a couple times. Sketch, Naked Hunky Man. This is kind of a dirty sketch. This is very Tama Finland inspired. Kind of exaggerated muscles and homoerotic nature. I had to kind of censor that one. Sorry, guys. This was photo reference. I really like the fast lines in this one, though. So this is one of my favorite drawings in here. I think it's really successful with the lines and when I say fast lines, I mean the lines are quick, and it doesn't look like I thought through them very much. Some drawings the lines look painful and like you sat there and thought about where to put them. And when a line is quick, it has this effortless quality to it. And I think I really got it with this one, and like not necessarily connecting all the lines and letting the weight of the lines where it gets thicker and thinner kind of tell a story a little bit. But anyways, so I really like this one. I don't even remember where I found the reference photo for this, but it's just this guy sitting in a chair in his underwear. Another reference. So this one, a reference photo, and I kind of noodled it a little bit. I started hatching the face, and then I kind of just started doodling in the background a little bit. I think that's what happens when I get bored. As I start noodling in things like that. But I mean, I did want the contrast of the background versus him, so I, you know, started hatching away. Okay, reference photo. Yeah, this one's pretty cool. Just a pencil sketch though. Another reference photo. This dude is like what I want my body to look like. So I was like, I'm just gonna draw him because he has abs for days and thighs to kill people with. Anyway, another pencil sketch. I was doing this thing with these pencil sketches where I would draw, I was basically doing contours. There we go. My phone is not, hold on. My phone is not focusing very well. Sorry, guys. I don't know if that did anything. But where I would basically do a contour and draw the details and draw in shadow shapes, but I wasn't actually doing any rendering with the shading or anything or values. So it's very much a line drawing without really and trying to get form without actually having to use any shading or anything like that. Because I don't know, I feel like I'm just not very good at the whole shading thing. It's too time consuming. But anyways, this is a little doodle inspired by calligraphy and ink writing and Celtic knotwork, and yeah, I have this love-hate relationship with perfection. Anyways, so I like this though. I feel like I should have it framed on my wall and then have one that says like, I don't know, maybe I should have it framed but then have a giant like Sharpie line through it. That would be more realistic. More pencil sketches. Pencil sketches, again with the drawing out the shadow shapes and the contours, but not filling anything in. So the shadows are just defined by the shape of a shadow. Like his eye here, that is where everything would be dark because it's in shadow, but I just drew the shape. Pencil sketch, kind of quick and not really very good. Here I was practicing hatching and it didn't really I don't know. I mean it's okay, it's an okay drawing. It's just the hatching is really messy. And the more I look at my drawings with hatching, the more I realize that I really need to work on hatching. Because I like drawings that are cross hatched, but I haven't spent enough time, doing pen drawings like that to really get it down. Here I had Sharpic grayscale markers, and then I did hatching over top. Again, it's not a horrible drawing, but the hatching is too haphazard and quick, and it's not very consistent, and the lines don't really, and in hatching, the lines should say something. They should tell you the form of an object or the direction something's going in, but these are just kind of like, I scraped a nail against something. You know what I mean? They're just like very messy looking, and I'm not a fan of that. So I want to definitely work on that a little bit better. Every sketchbook has pages where you just don't really have anything. They're like mess pages. Anyways, okay, so here again with the pieces of paper and the drawing over something to try again. Um, but yeah, so this cross hatching, even though he looks a lot more cartoony, I like this cross hatching better. Or well, this is just hatching it; none of it crosses over. But just because it's more consistent throughout the whole drawing, I just picked where was a shadow area and where was a light area. So I just divided it into two sections, and one is shadow and one is light. Um, so I think I should practice doing something like that. You know, just practice dividing things into light and shadow, just one or the other, and then maybe try dividing models into three areas of light, like a light, a dark, and then a midtone. Having three different kinds of hatching. I don't know. So that's something that's going to be a future project in my new sketchbook. I think is going to be just like practicing hatching. Um, Okay, this is more like a real sketchbook should be. These are all thumbnails for a commission I did a couple years ago. All hunky men. So I was drawing these hunky men and I was figuring out how to crop them so that the croppings all made sense. I have these little symbols, squares and circles mean different things. At this point, I forget what they mean, but the commission's over, so whatever. Um, Yeah, this is my token woman in my sketchbook. So there you go, token woman. Um, mhm. And she's got very wet, shiny eyes. And it's also like the only thing that's colorful in here. Well, almost yeah. There's another drawing that's colorful coming up, but also from my mind. So that's just a from my mind drawing. This is also from my mind drawing. Um, Also, I ripped some pages out of the sketchbook to use in my show that's at Barcode right now. So now some of the pages are falling out, so I'm gonna have to retape them in. Um, this is a copy of a print that I liked. I forget the artist, so I should probably know that. This is from a Charlie underwear ad. I was practicing legs. I was using a very hard pencil, which I do a lot, so it's kind of hard to see. Um, I feel less intimidated to work with values if I'm using a light pencil. And there are different values here, but they're all so light that um, it doesn't, they're, yeah, it's not, I should get more comfortable using a darker pencil, but another thing I'll work on. Oh yeah, I just love the packaging for Charlie um, products. I don't necessarily like Charlie products that much. I realized after I bought some, but I like the packaging. It's nice packaging. Um, Music, okay. Uh, yeah, I didn't think this drawing was very good. I didn't like the line work. Photo reference. This is kind of in the same boat. I like this one better though. Um, yeah, I think from farther away it might work. I don't know. Again, with the haphazard hatching. Huh. This is from Life. This is from Life, not finished. Um, this is photo reference, unfinished, just sketches again. Empty page. Okay, this was kind of a cartoon version of a photo reference, this kind of Hulk guy. I started to do a little bit of pen and a little bit of shading. Um, Sketch. Okay, drawing from life again. Another drawing from life. Didn't really finish that one. I'm not a big finisher of like, you know, detailed rendering things. I just like to sit down and sketch something and be done. This was just from my brain. You'll notice a lot of my drawings that are just from my mind all look very similar. There are all these guys with like really broad faces and um, like little noses. Anyway, a card from a friend from the museum. She made that. Um, this was a photo reference of a friend. Empty page. A copy from an artist I like. Yeah. Okay, so this is one of those things where, so the drawing I did, so this is the drawing I did. I had some crayons and I was just having fun and had marker. And anyways, it bled through. So this kind of like weird zombie guy with green hair and red eyes. It bled through, and I like to do this thing where I just kind of went crazy and doodled on the back of the drawing. And now it's this weird tribal guy with like all these circles all over his head. I don't know. I was just kind of playing with geometry and had some fun. Anyways, another head. Sketches. Empty page. I put all these sticky notes on the empty pages because I was like, oh, I'll go back and I'll like do something on them, or I'll paste something there to make them more interesting. Because I don't really want to draw on it because they're usually when drawings have bled through. So I was thinking, I could like paste something on top of there, but I never did, and I don't really care much anymore. Drawing, a photo reference of some friends. Okay, and then here is something completely different. Sometimes I get in a really weird mood and I don't have any inspiration and I'm not inspired to do anything, and I'm like, well, I should still draw anyway. And so this is one of those moments, and I was just like a little kid, and I just drew this bird in this tree with, I don't know what this is, if it's a swing or a box or guitar, I don't know what that is. Anyway, so here's another bird, and I was like, I'll draw another bird in a tree. So here's another bird in another tree. And here's another bird, not in a tree, but it's giant and in a city, and it's protecting its little nest and its neck there. Yeah. And then another kind of geometric plane with the highlighter and kind of Supermanish looking guy. This is censored. This was a kind of a sketch. Some gay guys. Okay, and then I hadn't drawn in a really long time, and this is kind of funny. So what happens when I don't draw for a while, and then I go back to drawing, is I feel like my drawings are horrible. So here, maybe it was a really long time, or maybe I just wasn't feeling it, but like a lot of all these next drawings I did in the same day, and it's a shame that it's kind of like the end of the sketchbook is all these really shitty drawings. Like, what is this? Here's a scribble for a head. And then the scribble guy. I don't know. Anyways, so, and then this is a copy of I did a copy of it earlier, and then I wanted to try it again. I just didn't ink it this time. But anyways, so that is the end of the sketchbook. What I love about moleskins, though, is they have these little pockets in the back, and you can put things in them. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching my sketchbook tour. And I'm gonna try to do another one soon. Because I have a lot of sketchbooks. So some of them will be my earlier sketchbooks. I might do one of my current sketchbooks so you can kind of see where I am now with my sketchbook, and I can talk about the things where I think it's going to go and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Bye.